giving you a good shock. Well, the rest here is just Billy. You're gonna get all the angles. You won't ever have to worry about these rapids. You're only getting the cameras.
A very pleasant good evening to you all from the Danbury Ice Arena, or what promises to be an entertaining matchup between the Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Delaware Thunder. And a very pleasant early Merry Christmas to you all from Hat City, USA, where the Hat-Tricks are taking the ice right now. Danbury coming into tonight's matchup looking for a victory, coming off of a shootout defeat in Watertown most recently, and looking for their chance to get back on the high horse. Delaware looking to snap what is an elongated 14-game losing streak on their part and get themselves right and back up and running for what has been a bit of a messy season and a tough season, all things considered, for the Delaware Thunder. I wish to also just wish you again a very happy, healthy, and Merry Christmas 2 days before the actual holiday. It's a smaller crowd in the building tonight. The weather outside is quite frightful. The hockey inside is just so delightful. Let's very quickly give you the starters, as Danbury is going to be taking to the ice in just a moment. Delaware is going to be rolling out. Trevor Martin taking the spot in net. J.C. Moritz and Rasmus Asp take the spot on D. The forwards are going to be Chris Corrigan, Alex Susi, and Austin Weber, returning from a one-game suspension. And the Hat-Tricks, we'll throw things down to Dre, the public address announcer, who has the starting lineups for the Danbury Hat-Tricks. The puck about ready to be dropped. An entertaining matchup, we promise, for tonight's proceedings. Last time these teams met up, it was a 6-3 victory in favor of the then visiting Danbury Hat-Tricks. Took them on the 16th, then went up to Watertown for the 17th. The game ended up going against them in Watertown, and they return home looking for some good cooking. One more quick rundown through these starters for Danbury, who will be in their home blacks. Johnny Ruiz, Michael Marchesson, and Michael Falanga playing his first home game as a hat trick. Yao and Gonzo on the blue line, and Parker Butler getting his second professional game and start in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. The puck is dropped. We're underway from the Danbury Ice Arena. Gonzalez will gather it up, look for somewhere to go with it, lobs it across the middle. Trying to gain was Falanga. He'll try and poke it to himself, walk it forward. The East Haven, Connecticut native sprinting to get to this puck, knocks it down. Ruiz and Marchesson both off sides. Falanga thrown across to Johnny Ruiz, looking for somewhere to go with it. We'll set this up, bounces into empty space. Ruiz will put this on backwards to Zach Pamaleon, who is playing tonight on the defensive end, not playing at forward where he has played for the duration of the season. Good versatility. Marchesson walks this one in. Forced off the puck. We'll flip it deep for Brendan Sheehan. We'll take out the puck for a walk. Riley Robertson is the other recent arrival to the Hat-Tricks, playing his first game here on home ice. Nice check, poked around to the right side. Gesso gets possession of the puck up to Robertson, winds up, shoots it, and a nice save made in the Thunder net by Trevor Martin. Robertson across Pamaleon, thought about winding up, has to get control of it first. Glides in, gets to the slot, looks for the tip. Puck bounces, Sheehan got it a little bit high. And Delaware trying to clear this out into empty space. Chris Corrigan unable to go anywhere. Robertson flipped across. Sheehan dropped, Kuznetsov, shot off the pipe! Dustin Gesso denied by Metal. Sheehan dropped it for Kuznetsov. Pivots and looks for somewhere to go with it. Kuznetsov walks it, wanted across to the slot, no room, and flipped across. This has the likelihood of turning into an icing. Nope, Dowler just has to go back and retreat for it. Tristan Mock gets into the lineup. Very good sign to see him back in the lineup after the mishap in Elmira. He's up and moving and looking very, very good. Mock whacked around Richards, nearly had something going. Delaware looking to get their first shot on goal. Knocked down, carries onto the slot and poked off. Connor Lind doing a real good bit of job on the defensive end to get control of it. Up to the point, knocking that attack by Chris Corrigan down. Ole's his man does Lugo. The lineup's in full, by the way, for the Hat-Tricks. Falanga, Ruiz, Marchesson on the top line. Kuznetsov, Sheehan, and Gesso listed as the second line. Mock, Lugo, and Richards the third. And Daniel Amesbury, the extra forward, who is riding a 3-game point streak, has 5 assists in those games. Amesbury on the ice. Tries to shove his man off the puck. Keeps it rolling around. Flipped up and over the stick of Johnny Ruiz. Susi will hurl this on net. Parker Butler will let it go for Gonzalez. Kicks this one around. Delaware looking to get this one up to the point. Ruiz tried to get the tip on it. Yao will funnel it aside off the outstretched stick of Austin Weber. Ruiz takes a whack at this. Amesbury, pass up the head to Ruiz. Ruiz, across, shot, save made by Martin. Second chance out in front, nothing doing. Amesbury nearly had the finisher for what would have been his first goal of the season. Pamaleon centers this one out for Ruiz. Ruiz will dip around, goes in. Ruiz winds up, shoots it, and a glove hand save will just go into the awaiting net of Martin. Shots 4-0 in favor of the Hat-Tricks. Playing the first of what will be 4 consecutive games for Danbury against the Thunder. Delaware, shot goes, nope. The official waves the play dead after the hat-trick hands went up thinking that that puck had crossed, but no, it's dead. So 16-17 to go here in the first. We'll just have a face-off. Jesso will try and funnel the face-off forward. Kuznetsov goes to get it. Taken away by Weber. Takes the puck for a walk. O'Reilly tried to center it. Got knocked down by Riley Robertson, the Port Elgin, Ontario native. Jesso taking some punishment. Sheehan tried to poke it over to Kuznetsov. Delaware across for O'Reilly. Walks it, shot blocked by Brendan Dowler, the big defenseman from Marblehead, Connecticut. It's been a real wonderful addition to this team on the blue line. Kuznetsov can't do much with it. They were offsides. They have to regroup. Dot to dot. Runs on across the red line. Lobs it one way. Dowler gives chase. Tries to spring it free. Evan Lugo will get control of it up to Luke Richards. 16 points in 18 games for Luke Richards. Up for Mock. Mock to the slot. Shot, save made, rebound covered up. And a smart decision by Martin to just put that puck away in his mitt. Face off in the attacking end for the hat-tricks. Lugo and Mock combined nearly to funnel that one in. Susi will flip it off the boards, knocked down by Richards in neutral territory. Richards across for Mock, will take the retreat backwards. Gonzalez tries the headlong pass. Tips off of Richards' stick. Martin has to paddle it around and hand it off to J.C. Moritz. Lugo takes some punishment. The puck will bounce one way. Lugo will work his way around the right side. Funneled backwards. Lobbed across the middle. Puck bounces around Gonzalez. And we're going to get our first penalty of the game. We're going to take a breather, hop back in a moment from the Danbury Ice Arena. Brief pause, back in a moment from our first media timeout here on the Danbury Hat-Tricks YouTube channel.
Outside boys, told them 70 on the strip, I'm ready to die. Cutting the traction, bet in the corner, bet I make shit glide. Try to bring the John, tell me he ain't know how we cha-cha slide. I'll never lose sleep over no bitch, way too much pride. Fill it up in a briefcase, split the shit with the vibes. Breaking them brinks truck, my right wrist, Van Cleef. I spend days in the east, trying to figure if I'm geek. This bitch tweaking, talk too much while I was geek. Blew my peak, fucking rap, niggas hoes, I'm on the street. This shit sweet. I went $500,000 on rose, did 4 million on my ice, couple million on my cars. I went Tyson, I'm too nice. Niggas shot me on the street, wanted to talk, so he asked my price. The number was high as me, I ain't gonna lie.
Hat-tricks go to the penalty kill for the very first time in tonight's proceedings. They walk in here with an 82% success rate on the PK. That's fifth in the league. Delaware an 18% success rate on the power play. Good for the 8th in the league. Danbury, one of the only teams with a lower power play percentage, up from 12% up to 13% recently. First 30 seconds burned off. Parker Butler, the Summit, New Jersey native, played college hockey at the D3 level at UMass Dartmouth. Not having to face a lot of pressure so far. Johnny Ruiz will just take this puck for a walk. Robertson will lob it headlong. Jesso had to wait, now goes on sides. It's gathered up. No harm, no foul by Dennis Gafarov. Backhanded across. 1 minute to go. Poked at by Jesso. Puck skitters across the blue line. Houston Wilson gets checked. Corralled at the line by Eric Oganezhov. Jesso will take a big old hack at it and send this one around. Martin has to get a stick on it. Keeps it away from Brendan Sheehan, barreling down on him. Dustin Milushkin across the middle to the slot. Poked away by Dowler. Gloved and hurled on net. Butler will funnel that aside. That should count as the first shot on goal of the game. And sprung ahead. Gesso walks in. Backhander scores! Dustin Gesso! Unstoppable! And here come the Carrots. You're going to see this on the roll here. A big headlong pass carried in, got it to his backhander. Beautiful goal, beautiful play. A shorty for the Danbury Hat Tricks. Wow. For Dustin Gesso, that's his first shorthanded goal of the season. For Danbury as a team, that's their 5th of the season as a unit. That ties them with Carolina for now the most shorthanded goals of any team on the season. It's a wicked pass and a beautiful, beautiful setup. Jared Yao will be getting the assist on that, his 13th of the season. 14 points for the Richmond, British Columbia native. For Gesso, that's his 16th point. Excuse me, his 16th goal, his 30th point of the season. He's the first hat trick to the 30-point margin. He is the top points per game getter in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. That's just a beautiful, beautiful stretch pass, able to put that one in the breadbasket. And now here we go again. Still 19 seconds worth of penalty time to kill off. Pamaleon will get on top of this and hurl it to the opposite end of the rink. Richards giving chase. Final 5 seconds of the power play will burn off for the Thunder. Delaware 1-17-1. Dustin Gesso has played wonderfully throughout the season against the Delaware Thunder. 2 goals his first game on the opening night of the season. 4 goals and 6 points with the 2 assists as well. The second game, a hat trick the most recent time, and now a short-handed goal. He has scored at least 1 goal every single game this season against the Delaware Thunder. Stretch pass across the middle, whacked at by O'Reilly. Dowler takes the check. Connor Lind will put this up and forward. Mock tries to put it on the tape of Daniel Amesbury. This is not going to turn into an icing, though it almost does. Dowler will keep it at the point. Tried to funnel it down low to the circle. Puck springs free. Marchesson can't do much with it. Lugo takes a whack at this puck as well. Dips through, carries onto the circle. Whipped around by John Amantaditis. Hurled on. Blocker save by Parker Butler. Dowler will put this to the right side. Funneled up to the line or nearly out. And Marchesson will complete the clear. And he threw it across for Lugo. Thought it was going to be there. He's off for a line change instead. Ruiz gets on the loose puck. Tries to poke it into empty space. Daniel Amesbury has had a very long shift. Tries to go one way and now the other. Ruiz. Marchesson on his right. Ruiz glides in. Fakes the shot. Tries to throw it across the middle. Nobody there to put it home. Marchesson waits for the tip from Yao. Nothing there. Amesbury still out there giving a good check. Poked off of Wilson's stick, thrown across from Antonitis. Shot, blocker save made again by Parker Butler. Gonzalez will put it backwards for Jared Yao. Amesbury heads off. Gesso and Ruiz. Now Gesso and Ruiz are both going to stay on. Shot on, save made. And play comes to a standstill with 10:21 left to go. Shots on the board listed as 7-1 in favor of the Danbury Hat Tricks. Gesso and Corrigan, or Sheehan and Corrigan out there. Flipped across the middle. Gonzalez looks for somewhere to go with this one. Gonzalez will put it backwards for Yao. Yao flung across the middle. Sheehan drops it for Gonzalez. Will ring this off the glass. Martin active out to play it. Looks to settle. Flipped around to the right side. Thrown up. Knocked down, carried on. Sheehan completes the turnover. Carries to the circle. Sheehan tries to spin off. Sheehan has his pocket pick. 2-on-2 for the Thunder. Gafarov, drop pass. Milushkin, shot. Blocker's glove hand save for Butler. And unable to get on the rebound was Gafarov. Kept in at the line. We're going to have our first penalty of the game going against the Delaware Thunder. We're going to get our under 10 media time out. So brief pause, back in a moment from the Danbury Ice Arena here on the Danbury Hat-Tricks YouTube channel. Reverie Brewing Company is now a featured beverage in the Danbury Ice Arena. Grab a Reverie and don't quit your daydream. When you drink Reverie, anything is possible. And don't forget to check out our You Got Ames Buried new shirts available on the Danbury Hat-Tricks merchandise store. Danbury goes on to the power play, kept on the line. This is the 1 point of real problem for the Hat-Tricks, a 13% power play completion percentage. That is last in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. I've been improving recently, but still more room to go. Chris Corrigan sits for a 2-minute tripping infraction. Lugo and Gonzalez cannot combine to keep that puck in. This will find its way all the way down to the opposite end of the rink. Gathered up by Gonzalez. Ruiz will take it and go. Lugo up the right wing. Drops it for Ruiz across the middle. Winds up, fires it on net. Johnny Ruiz is a howitzer. Locked inside that Williamstown, New Jersey 5'11" frame. 12 goals, 9 assists, and 21 points. Sheehan to take the draw. Across to Kuznetsov, winds up, shoots it, and a simple into the gut save made by Trevor Martin. Martin talking, making some noise here. Next couple of games for the Hat-Tricks. The next 3 after this one are all against this Delaware Thunder squad. The 27th will be the last home game of the calendar year as that puck will find its way across the sheet of ice into Danbury space. Kuznetsov will look for somewhere to go with it. Looks to drop it. Gesso pokes his way around Amontaditis. Gesso glides in, winds up, fires it. Rebound off the end, boards is gathered up. 43 seconds remain on the Danbury Hat-Tricks power play. Shots are 8-2, goals are 1-0 in favor of the home team. I really can't say enough. It is a real mess outside. And by the way, it was a tripping minor being called against Chris Corrigan, just to reiterate. We've got another power play. Susie is going off to the box. Basie asking some questions, but in the confusion, Alex Susie is going to sit. So it's a 5-on-3 power play in favor of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Gonzalez down to the low spot. Up to Gonzalez. Walks in, looks for somewhere to go with it across the circle. Ruiz shot goes off the end boards. Gonzalez will walk this one in, winds up, fires it, and scores! Johnny Ruiz pumps that one in. It's 2-0 for the Hat-Tricks. The captain wires that one upstairs, his 13th goal of the season. And that's a badly needed power play goal. The fans here excited about it. Here's the replay of it. Across the right side, Ruiz winding up, receives the pass, and up so quickly, you barely recognized that it went in. What a goal. What a wicked shot. And the Hat-Tricks still have a minute and 35 seconds worth of power play time after it turned into a 5-on-3 for that moment. Gesso winds up and puts it a little bit wide. Puck rolls up. Yao can't keep this in the attacking end. Sprinting on the race to get to this puck. Malushkin will get to this one. Tried to center it. Gesso was there first. Gesso lugs it across the middle. Lost it. They're offside, so the Hat-Tricks have to leave and regroup. Minute and 5 seconds left to go on the power play. Flipped around, Jared Yao will get there across to neutral ice. Kuznetsov glides in across the blue line, looking, pulls up, poked off his stick, tumbles down, and we come back out to neutral space. 7 minutes left to go in the opening stanza. Gesso will take the pass backwards around the boards. Pamaleon playing defense tonight will get to it. Flips it to his left, Tristan Mock with some speed. Mock glides on. Rolls its way around. We've got 15 seconds left to go on what is going to be a successful Danbury Hat-Tricks power play. Even if they don't get another goal, they got one in the twine. Winds up, shot on. And the power play has expired, but all for 1 second. With 6:20 left to go. 1 second left. Richards, Mock, and Falanga take to the ice. Delaware will get to this puck, flips it across the neutral space. Puck takes a bounce. Pamaleon can't get there. Up to O'Reilly. Shoots it wide and off the end glass. Riley Robertson will flip it to Mock. Mock runs on. Lost mitt from one of the Hat-Tricks players. The official scoring being announced as that shot is on. Kyle Gonzalez gets the assist, his 8th. And Zach Pamaleon gets the assist as well. Plays one game as a defenseman and gets the assist. Johnny Ruiz will step out and take the draw. Amesbury joins him, does some of the dirty work in the corner. Puck will find its way across the blue line. Malushkin settled down. O'Reilly will drop it. Dowler will lob it off the glass and chasing it down. Nope, unable to get there first. Dowler runs into his man. Dowler can't do anything more with it. Delaware offsides. They have to regroup, and they'll blow the whistle, signaling the offsides. To reiterate the scoring, on the most recent goal, Johnny Ruiz with the goal, his 13th of the season. Kyle Gonzalez and Zach Pamaleon with the assists on the 5-on-3 power play goal. They're 8th and 5th, respectively, each one of them getting to 10 points now. Amesbury is going to walk this in. Amesbury drops it for Johnny Ruiz, and the Thunder will pick this up and roll with it. Malouche going to cross the blue line, but to right onto Marchessault's stick. Amesbury has found a home here in Danbury, playing many, many more minutes as he's gotten accustomed to playing, as Marchessault ran right into Corrigan. Poked out by Connor Lind, flipped into empty space. Dustin Gesso screaming off the bench. Goes over Amesbury's head and settled down by Connor Lind. Takes the release valve to Dowler. Off the boards for Gesso. Sheehan joined him. Gesso will just hold it. Across for Yao. Into his skates. He'll keep moving forward. Jared Yao dips through. Tried to center it. Out in front. Lugo puts it a little bit wide. Yao across to the circle, winds up Gesso, shoots it wide to the right. Puck knocked out, Sheehan winds up for a blast. Rebound there for it. Gesso across, sits in the crease and cleared aside. Frantic offense for the Hat Tricks. Backhanded pass ends up directly on the stick of Oganezhov. Delaware clears it to neutral. Danbury will settle it, regroup, flip this one in. Martin will settle it behind his net. 3:33, the time remaining here in the first period. From the circle, lob through Gesso. Can't do much to control it. Across and picked up by Justin Mavali. Lobbed on, banged off the end boards. Tried to center it, save made by Butler. And on comes Gesso. Lugo and Sheehan on his hips. Poked off his stick, good blue line defense by Delaware. Back come the Thunder. Amontaditis centers it, finds its way a little bit too strong for O'Reilly. Man goes down. Pamaleon takes the hard check, slow to get to his feet. He's up, and Parker Butler makes a very nice save in net to blow that play dead. We're going to take a breather, hop back from the third media timeout in just a moment from the Danbury Ice Arena here on the Danbury Hat Tricks YouTube channel.
Right off the jump, we've got ourselves a line ball. Robert Hyde across the puck. We're going to have a fight at center. Levesque with a couple of big rights. He scores!
JJ Stacks. Do you want food and fun? Well, JJ Stacks in Brookfield features burgers, wings, shakes, ice cream, and mini golf. Check out the menu and spoil yourself. Take the trip down Federal Road and stack it. Though I must admit, I would not be seeking to enjoy outdoor mini golf right about now. Many of the fans just finding out that they have won frozen yogurt from our friends at Peach Wave Bethel. 2:50 the time to go as the Hat Tricks will flip this to neutral. Falanga with Amesbury on the 2-on-1. Falanga throws it across, finds its way in, scores! Michael Falanga! The Connecticut-born man scores his first goal as a hat trick. A beautiful backhander sneaks its way through. The Hat Tricks have been cooking with the hottest gas possible. Falanga played college hockey at SUNY Plattsburgh, a very successful NCAA Division III school, up at the very top of New York State, has come down here and has been a real revelation. And here we go. We got a fight. Amesbury drops the mitts with Alex Pacey. Amesbury trading an uppercut. Throws another one. Amesbury tied up. Switches hands. Looks for the knockout. This is an all-out brawl. What a wonderful duel. They tie up and hug each other aggressively, and the officials are going to break it up. 2:39 left to go in the first period. Daniel Amesbury gives the people what they wanted, and give a lot of credit to Alex Pacey. That's a Fight of the Year candidate for both these teams. Amesbury will head off. The crowd only slightly smaller than a normal game night because of the weather, and the fans here jacked up. All right. So Ruiz will go out and take the draw. As you see the replay of the fight right here, it was quite a punch out. Neither player giving an inch, neither combatant letting up even the slightest bit. Lind across for Dowler. It ultimately ended up battling to a standstill. Give Susie a lot of credit. A lot of people could not go quite that hard with diamond hands. Lind will settle this down and neutralize. Marchesson walks it in across to Ruiz. Tries to pitch it to himself through the air. Nothing doing. It'll be picked up by Susie. Tried to flip this around. Good stick handling by Susie. Up there. Some of the fans over in section 102 enjoying themselves quite plenty. Gafarov picked off, shot blocked down, bounces to the slot. Kuznetsov with a good takeaway. Up ahead for Gesso. Dips around. Asp walks in. Circle shot save made. And the puck will float into empty space. They're just announcing the scoring for Michael Falenga, which is his goal. Tristan Mock gets the assist. And that's the only one. That's the only assist on that board. So 6 points on the year for Tristan Mock. It's really good to see him back up and playing after a bit of a messy situation in Elmira a couple weeks ago. Hadn't been playing for a little bit, is back and healthy, and is getting assists in hockey games again. It's a wonderful, wonderful sight. Rang round for Gonzalez as we come up on the final minute of the period. Wilson almost pokes this free. Up and out for Sheehan. Runs into his man, Gesso. Waiting at the opposite end. Winds up circle. Shots really whiffed on it. Good save still by Martin. Carried on by Malushkin. By the way, they're announcing the matching fighting minors for Basie and Amesbury. Gesso and Sheehan 2-on-2 into the attacking end. Try to play the passing game, can't quite connect with Gesso. Tumbles down, final 30 seconds of the frame. Albertson, he'll walk and keep this in. Bounces to the circle and finds its way out. Gafarov will lug this in. Gafarov walks in, shot, blocked down by Pamaleon. Never gets on net. Richards will lob this across the middle. Final couple of seconds. That puck is going to bounce backwards. The Delaware players are going to say there should be some time added back in. That went so high it hit a part of the ceiling. Hit one of the speaker connector pipes upstairs. So 6 seconds left. Tristan Mock arguing over where the faceoff should be taken. Lugo and Corrigan to take the draw. They've only got 4 players out there. Now they've got their 5th. John Amontadidis goes out and joins them. In fact, Amontadidis is going to take the face-off. 6.4 seconds. This is likely to be the final face-off of the frame. Amontaditis. No, he's going to pop out. It'll be Susie who steps in to take it. Off the tie-up, the Hat Tricks will just poke this one to the boards. Mock will keep it shielded there, and that is that. 3-0 for the Danbury Hat Tricks. A powerful offensive display across the first 20 minutes of tonight's matchup between the Hat Tricks and the Thunder. Hudson D. Tommaso plays the holiday themes. We're going to take a breather and hop back in a moment from the Danbury Ice Arena. Brief pause, back in a moment from Hat City, USA. It's intermission time between the Danbury Hat Tricks and the Delaware Thunder. Let's take a quick look around the scores from across the FPHL. The Binghamton-Watertown game has been postponed, so that game not happening. That game officially listed on the website of the FPHL as being postponed, so that's in the list of games that will have to be made up at a later time due to the snow that is barreling through that portion of western New York. This game, of course, stands at a 3-0 score in favor of the hometown Hat Tricks. The Columbus River Dragons have a 3-1 lead over the Port Huron Prowlers. 3:50 left to go in the third period of that game. Carolina leads Mississippi 4-0 in the other matchup that is live in the FPHL right now. So again, a 4-0 lead for Carolina. They're the home team against the Mississippi Seawolves. The Columbus River Dragons lead Port Huron 3-1 as that game is starting to wrap itself up. And of course, the Danbury Hat Tricks. Delaware a little bit quicker to get out of the locker room and hop back on to the bench and onto the ice. The 3 goals for the Danbury Hat Tricks belonging in order. As the last thing listed was the fight that took place right at the end of the frame. The scoring so far on these goals: Johnny Ruiz, Michael Falenga, and Dustin Gesso with the 3 goals. Gesso's came first as the shorthanded goal, then Ruiz's on the 5-on-3 power play, and then Falenga's goal. 20 minutes up on the board. Basie and Amesbury went out to their locker rooms as the fight took place with 2:39 left in the period. They're in the penalty box and will have to serve the remainder of their penalties. The puck is dropped. We're underway for period number 2 from the Danbury Ice Arena. Pass from Ruiz a little bit too far ahead. Skied over Falenga's head, knocked down by Gonzalez, tries to funnel it on towards the net. Shot saved by Martin, cleared out to neutral ice. The rebound bounced over Ruiz's stick. Falenga tries to backhand it through to Ruiz, walks in, shot, and that's going to be a save. First 26 seconds of the frame burned off. Shots listed on the board as being 13-2 in favor of the visiting Danbury Hat Tricks. Excuse me, the hometown Danbury Hat Tricks. What am I saying? Ruiz and Wilson with ultimately the Thunder coming away with possession. Lobbed onto the Hat Trick logo. Lushkin can't do much with this. Marchesson picked off. Kafarov looking for somewhere to go with this. Rolls its way to the circle. Falenga picks this up. Marchesson gonna sprint ahead. Marchesson will just lob this on net, and the Hat Tricks will go for a line change. Thunder trying to catch the Hat Tricks asleep. Danbury caught up to it pretty quickly. Puck goes around Lind. Wilson in there. Dowler throws the check. Puck nearly bounces in. Somehow that didn't go in initially, and now it did. Delaware gets on the board and scores their first goal of the evening. Danila Milushkin finishes off that play and puts it in the back of the net. The Mosai's Russia native. Shots will be updated to be 16-8. The goal will come at 1 minute and 9 seconds in. We'll get the rest of the official scoring in a moment. Hat Tricks looking to get an answer. Malushkin, his first goal of the season for Delaware, and only his third game played, has 2 assists as well, so he's a point-per-game player and will keep up that pace. Danbury can't get out of their own end. Big hit thrown by Sheehan. Kuznetsov across to Jesso. Jesso knifes his way around. O'Reilly picks him off, lobbed off the glass, took a bounce off the official. Richards tries to get in on top of this. Jesso and Richards both there for it. Delaware will come away with this. Bangs off the side of the boards and rolls this one deep. Lind giving chase, tried to poke it free. Corrigan there for it. Dips it for Weber. Up to the point. Winds up, point shot. Looking for the tip in front for Susie. Not there. Lind throws a check. Lugo tries to get on top of it. Shot saved made by Butler. Stretch out, save, thrown across, and scored. Delaware has jumped out of the gates and scored 2 quick goals. 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the second period. It's 3-2 after the hat tricks utterly dominated the first period. Wilson and Ruiz out to take the draw. Ruiz will win this one cleanly. The first goal, the full scoring, 1 minute and 9 seconds into the period. It's actually going to be Denis Gafarov who gets the goal. So we're going to wait on getting Malushkin more tallies. Gafarov gets the goal. His 14th goal of the season, leads the Thunder. His 20th point. He's the first member of the Delaware Thunder to get into that scoring mark. Eric Okanejov, his 7th assist on that goal as well. This is an icing against the hat tricks. The scoring on the second goal for Delaware at 2:25 of the second period is as follows. Chris Corrigan gets the goal, his 9th of the year, his 13th point, and then assists added to as they're looking for another one. Alex Susi gets his 10th assist. He joins Gafarov at the 20-point mark. The other assist awarded to Weber as this shot will be funneled on net. Rolls up top, walks in. Robertson shot blocked upstairs. Austin Weber, who came over from Port Huron and played 4 games for them, has played 16 games. Got the assist for his 5th assist and 7th point of the season on the second Delaware goal, and it's a 1-goal game. Outstretch Amantinitis will glide in, lobbed across. No one there for it. Let's go the other way. Sheehan glides across the middle, tried to leave it for Dustin Jesso. He has to fish this out of the corner. He'll ring it a little bit deeper. Up for Kuznetsov to the slot. Scores! Dmitry Kuznetsov wires it home. And the hat tricks go back up by 2. Goal number 11 of the season for Dmitry Kuznetsov. There'll be assists to Sheehan and Jesso on that listing. Jesso will get assist number 15. Sheehan will get assist number 12. 3 goals between the two teams in the first 4 minutes and 2 seconds of tonight's proceedings. Hard hit thrown by Amesbury, and they're just going to keep trucking. Yao, his shot gets deflected over to the circle, kept in at the point, rung through. By the way, that means that the fighting majors taken by Amesbury and Alex Basie are all done. Lugo spins, leaves for Amesbury, tries to funnel it onto the point. Puck will sneak underneath Yao and find its way all the way back into Danbury ice. Up and forward, whacked at. Gonzalez will funnel it across for Yao. Yao almost put it in his own net, and Butler very smartly is just going to cover that up and not let anything else sneak through. And Amesbury and Susie jawing again. I don't think they're going to drop the gloves right now. They're just going to be guided off by the officials. Amesbury keeps jawing. Amesbury is going to head off to the bench. Butler will throw his mitt back on. .452 gone here in the second period. Head fake on the puck drop. Ruiz is going to be tossed. Well, he's going to be given a warning. Next infraction, which doesn't happen, would have tossed him. Draw ends up going to Delaware. Lind will settle it. Up to Marchesson, lugs this forward. Marchesson with the pass ahead for Falunga. Walks into the circle, walks in, save made by Martin. Brilliant save. Dowler will keep it at the point. Shot will find its way off the boards. Chasing it and trying to backhand it along is Ruiz. Got it onto Wilson's stick instead. This is going to turn into an icing. And so we have 14:39 left to go in the second period. We're going to take a breather, hop back in a moment from the Danbury Ice Arena. Brief pause. Back in just a moment. Diversified Printing Solutions in Danbury is the Hat Trick's official printing partner. You want it printed? Call Tina and let them get it inked up for you. DPS Printing Solutions. They can do it all. Locally owned, printed on paper from Connecticut trees. 3 goals between these two teams in the first 5 minutes and change of the second period. Gonzalez intercepts the pass in neutral ice. Tries to lob it ahead for Sheehan. This has a chance to turn into an icing. It does not. Sheehan throws a hard check. Gesso tied up against the end boards. Tries to kick this along. Sheehan can't do anything with it. Gonzalez with the keep. Gonzalez and Sheehan combined to knock this down and cleared away by Gafarov. Yao will go out and chase this one. Gonzalez back to help him out. Uses the net as a shield. Kuznetsov forward. Sheehan and Gesso at the blue line. Drops it for Gesso. Cuts it to the left side. Puck fumbled for a moment. Gesso will ring this deep. Tried to play it out to the circle. It's a nice touch pass by Dmitry Kuznetsov. Pamaleon, normally a forward, playing on the blue line tonight. Funneled this one in. Delaware gets on top of it. Corrigan will ring this up. Gesso gets on the loose puck, glides through. Delaware going to walk on. Carries to the circle. Shot save made by Parker Butler. And a pretty straightforward save on the shot by Brendan O'Reilly.
The Scarlet Knight from New Brunswick, behind the sticks serving cold beers all night. Stop by TK's Corner, say hello to Jillian. Cold beers, can't beat it.
TK's Corner, one of the new additions to the Danbury Ice Arena. We've been very happy with our partnership with TK's American Cafe. Tom Kennedy has been a fantastic man to work with. Puck funneled across. Luke Richards will get on top of this ahead for Tristan Mock. Tried to lug this in. Pivots and looks for a way up. Carried out by O'Reilly. Puck deflected back in. Mock giving chase. Throws a check on Asp. Amantaditis. Pass ahead for Corrigan. Glides into the circle. Wants it on his backhand. Puts the shot a little wide. Amantaditis tried to redirect it. Did Corrigan. He put it off the side of the net. Lobbed ahead for Mock. Settles it. Hard check. Absorbs the contact and tumbles down. Puck played back in. Richards jostling with his numerical counterpart, Justin Mavali. Back we go. Puck thrown across. Winds up. And now we got a fight. Daniel Amesbury glides right in. Amesbury drops his man. And that is that. Justin Mavali jostles with Amesbury. He looks his way to the crowd, and Amesbury brings a jolt of energy to this place. The first one you could be able to argue may have been a little bit of a draw with Amesbury getting the win by judges officials. This one was a knockout. Mavali had thrown a hit on Luke Richards that Amesbury took exception to. He knew exactly where he was going on that. Mavali got up and answered him. But that's that. Amesbury's second bout of the evening. Susie and Ruiz having a chat with the officials. I'm not sure what more could be talked about exactly. Amesbury's got his jersey off. Sitting in the bench, or sitting in the sin bin. Wow. Second verse a little bit different than the first. A clear winner. There's going to be a 2-minute minor penalty added on to the attending fives.
Fans, and welcome back to the arena. He just was discharged from Danbury Hospital. He had swallowed a gallon of eggnog at his holiday party. Welcome back, Mike Tozzi. Hopefully the eggnog went down smooth. Glad to see you're okay and back on the door. 1 gallon of eggnog. The man is still standing. Special.
So 12:28 left to go. The Hat Tricks are going to be shorthanded. The officials coming over to Billy McCreary and letting him know that they have to put one guy in the penalty box to join Amesbury. It's a 2-minute minor that's being thrown on top of all of this. McCreary debating about who's going to go. It's Michael Falanga who will glide over. He was talking to McCreary and said very clearly, I'll go. And so Falanga will go over and serve the 2-minute minor that is tacked on to the fighting major taken by Amesbury. So the penalty kill for the Hat Tricks already 1 for 1 tonight. looking to go 2 for 2 and keep this a 1-goal game. Whacked upstairs, Marchesson can't get it by the outstretched stick of Denis Gafarov. Mavali gets a 5-minute for fighting. Amesbury gets a 5-minute for fighting. This puck will find its way all the way to the opposite end of the rink. Susie thought he was going to have somebody up top. It's an instigating minor put on top of the Amesbury fight. Thus, we have our power play. Kept in at the point, funneled down to the corner boards, now to the half boards, carrying up. Gafarov will throw it across the circle. Winds up shot off the glass. It'll find its way up to the right point, kept on by Gafarov. He'll walk this on across to the left dot. Asp winds up and blasted. Shot blocked down, looking for a rebound. Nothing there. He tries to funnel it deep, gathered up by Gafarov. Take it to the goal line extended, working this one around. Susie calling for it at the point. Malushkin winds up, Asp shoots it, and the puck goes upstairs. 30 seconds left to go on the Delaware power play. .30 seconds to play on that power play. Wilson, right off the tie-up, they'll be running through and clear to the opposite end of the rink. 20 seconds remain to go. On the man advantage for Delaware. Wilson glides forward, will lob this in. Robertson's gonna clear this to the opposite end of the rink. Martin sticks it up to Wilson. Yao jumps on top of the loose puck. Yao glides in. Takes the puck behind the net, absorbs the contact. The power play is all done. Balanga jumps out. Back we go, puck lobbed high. Cleared across from the left point. Delaware looking to cut this lead down, throw it across the crease, nothing there. Kept in at the point by Oganezhov. Montaditis winds up, tries to put it on net, wanted the block. Puck sits and bounces away from Wilson's stick. Blocked down, looking for somewhere to go with this, no room. Lobbed across the middle and across the Hat-Tricks logo. This is a clear icing infraction with 9:43 left. Brief pause, media timeout here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Brief pause, back in a moment.
Right off the jump, we've got ourselves a line ball. Robert Hyde drops the puck. We're going to have a fight at center. Levesque with a couple of big rights. He scores! The musical stylings of Hudson D. Tomaso, the in-house organist, here with the Danbury Hat-Tricks. And a quick word from Oak Ridge Waste and Recycling. Oak Ridge
Waste and recycling is the roots in the community for all of your needs. Residential and commercial, Oak Ridge is the official sanitation partner of the Danbury Hat Tricks. 9:43, the time up on the board. That remains to be played here in the second period. The scoring came early and fast, to say the very least, for both teams, actually. Delaware got 2 goals in the first 2 minutes and change. The officials having a chat. A volley actually is going to be going back in to the penalty box. Was in the locker room or in the trainer's room getting attended to. So he's back on now. So 9:40 left to be played in the second period. Hat Tricks with a beautiful goal to make it 4-2 in this period. Gave up 2 very quick ones to Delaware to open things up. Robertson goes and gets this one. We'll funnel this one along. Robertson tries to shovel it across. Evan Lugo there for it. Lugo and Richards. Gains in across. Very good stick tip by Asp to break that up. Across and settled down. Dowler. They'll leave it behind. Dowler receives it back from Connor Lind. 9 minutes to be played. Kuznetsov walks in. Across. Jesso saved by Martin. That puck seemed destined for Twine, and it finds Glass instead. Sheehan pivots and leaves it. Wanted Yao. Still has it. Keeps on trucking through Corrigan. Down low for Jesso on his backhand. Trucks it forward. Takes the contact. Jesso will lug this up to the point. Yao will cut around his man. Sheehan plays the corner board bounce. Sheehan up to the circle for a cutting Jesso. No room there. Gonzalez kept in at the point. Uses his space. Across. Broken up. Wanted Kuznetsov. Good stick deflection. Save made by Martin on the point shot by Yao. Puck sneaks underneath Sheehan. Didn't know where it was. It's on the awaiting stick of J.C. Moritz and finds its way out of play. So, the result of all of this, we're going to stay right here. 8:06, the time to be played. Ruiz wins the draw, tries to carry it on forward. Wilson gets control of it. Puck sits in the official skates. Falanga can't do much of anything with it. Delaware fumbles it. Pass up and forward. Falanga keeps this one in at the point. Muscles it down. Barrels over Oganejov. Up to the point. Robertson can't do anything with it. Ruiz settles it at neutral ice. Lobbed across the middle. Pamaleon tried to funnel it down low and gathered up, sent up the left side. Across the middle, intercepted by Riley Robertson. Has to wait for his teammates to get on sides. They'll regroup. Ruiz, stick comes out of his hand. Ruiz will kick it to Falanga. Shoots it off the glass a little too high. Robertson tried to funnel this one on towards the net. Sits on the back of the apron. Wonderful dip around and glide on in. Basie throwing some checks behind the play. You can tell that Falanga didn't like that. Under 7 minutes to go. The Hat Trick fans not very happy with Alex Basie. A couple of checks behind the play on Falanga. Delaware looking to cut into this lead. Pass goes a little bit wide. Moritz. Martin will leave it behind. Moritz will gather this up and look for somewhere to go with it. Up the boards, lobbed across the middle. Dowler will intercept it. Dowler will backhand this one in. Mock giving chase. Puck had a weird bounce to it. It went right on net. Amontaditis can't get this out. Did for a moment. Mock couldn't control it on sides. So the Thunder had a hard time getting out of their own end. the last couple of minutes. Lugo will just dump this deep. Martin out of his net to play this and settle it off to his right. Moritz up to Amantadaitis. Lugo tries to take away Amantadaitis' other ideas. Moritz will help him out, and Delaware will get this out to neutral ice, and the puck skips on Connor Lynn's stick, finds its way off the Coca-Cola sign at the hat-trick defensive end of the rink. Long pass ahead for Dustin Gesso. Back to Sheehan. Sheehan cuts it to the slot. Sheehan shots, goes wide. At exactly the right cut, Sheehan intercepts, or Kuznetsov intercepts the clearing attempt. Kuznetsov up to Sheehan. Gesso with him. Gesso cuts in, winds up, shot, save made by Martin. He's been very, very good in net. Puck hits to Kuznetsov, thrown over to Sheehan or Gesso at the opposite circle. Takes the check. Amesbury's fighting penalty and Mavali's fighting penalty have both come to a conclusion by this point. Sheehan gets upended. The hat-tricks call a penalty that the officials don't. Gesso tried to throw a check. Sheehan, this has been a long, extended sequence of play. Kuznetsov will just funnel it backwards for Gonzalez and receives it backwards. Long pass ahead for Gesso. This is an icing against Delaware, and we get a penalty immediately thereafter. Gesso goes with Rasmus Asp, and this game turning angry. Gonzalez and Gesso not happy. Mavali and Amesbury's fighting majors have come to a conclusion. We'll get you the penalty and the ensuing Danbury hat-tricks power play in just a moment after a quick media timeout from the Danbury Ice Arena. Brief pause, back in a moment. Danbury hat-tricks have just handed out a prize from our friends at the Holiday Diner. Do you want the best milkshake you ever had? You want to taste greatness? Well, go and enjoy it with our friends at the Holiday Diner on White Street and feast off of their menu. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner with George and the crew. Once more, check them out on White Street. And so, a power play for the Danbury hat-tricks. They're 1 for 1 on the man advantage. This has been the lone poor spot of the offense and of the team, really, has been the power play. Rasmus Asp, he gets a 2-minute clipping minor, a relatively uncommonly called penalty as the puck is tied up. Has been moving very, very slowly. Lugo tries to go somewhere with it. Wilson can't get it out beyond Gonzalez. Across to Ruiz. Ruiz pulls up, holds it to the circle. Pamaleon. They'll walk this in, winds up, puts it up top. Puck bounces off of Oganezhov's stick right to Lugo. Marchesson to Ruiz. Puck skitters away from him. Ruiz will take this puck for a walk. In front, Marchesson between his legs, pass, and clear to the opposite end of the rink, right on Parker Butler. .50 seconds to go on the man advantage for Danbury. Kuznetsov will take the puck for a walk. Up the right, Dowler walks it. Dowler will look for somewhere to go with this. Will funnel it around to the left point. Dustin Gesso there for it. Controls it up to Yao. Around to the right side, 30 seconds. Walks in, shoots it. Good save by Martin. Kuznetsov won the race to it, tried to funnel this puck to the circle, and a good clear by John Amontadaitis. 15 seconds of power play time remain to be played. Yao across to Sheehan. Sheehan, puck funneled off of his stick. Check thrown. This is going to turn into a penalty against the Hat-Tricks. This is going to end up being, I think, a tripping minor. We're going to have 4 seconds worth of special teams of 4-on-4 play. Sheehan sits down. Ruiz goes over to have a chat with the officials.
Josh Wilson, please report to the penalty box. Josh Wilson, please report to the penalty box.
So 4 seconds of 4-on-4 penalty time. And then after that, the Hat-Tricks will be going on a minute and 56 second long power play with 2:47 to be played. The officials having a chat. Corrigan and Ruiz will go on. The song being played, "You've Got to Keep Them Separated." This is entirely a correct statement. Butler had to funnel that out. Delaware goes on the power play and scores. 9 seconds into Sheehan's penalty. A wicked shot upstairs. And the Delaware Thunder make it 4-3. It's a beautiful shot upstairs by Danila Milushkin. So Delaware has scored to make it a 4-3 game. 3 goals here in the period. Mock tried to funnel it out in front to a cutting Luke Richards. Lugo can't get their puck bounced away from him. Across from Oganezhov. Gafarov stretch pass intercepted by Lind. Lind across. Tristan Mock gains. Dips across for Lugo. Winds up shot. Blocked aside. And we've got another penalty. It's a tripping minor being called against the Thunder. Alex Basie is going to sit down. And by the way, Sheehan's penalty was ruled as a cross-check. And here's the scoring. All of 9 seconds after that power play went up on the board as the Hat-Tricks on the man advantage. 2 seconds burned off after the face-off win. The scoring is as follows. Milushkin with the goal, 3 points in 3 games with the Thunder. Denis Gafarov with the assist. So the Hat-Tricks looking to extend their lead again. Yao keeps this in, rolls it to Gesso, shot, save made, and cleared out to neutral ice. It's a good initial clear for the visitors. Kuznetsov across for Dowler. Offsides. Very, very close to being right on. Not quite. A minute and 29 left to go of power play time. A minute and 41 left to go of second period time. Sheehan wins and walks the puck in. We'll just retreat for a second. Gesso looks to turn and go. Shoved off the puck, gets back on it. Rung through Martin. Runs himself into the boards. Look to pass this out. Sneaks over Kuznetsov's stick. Yao has to retreat into his own end of the rink. Gesso will try for the pass ahead. This is going to be an icing. So 55 seconds worth of power play time is getting set to burn off. I think you could very easily argue that Delaware has won this second period, outscoring the Hat-Tricks 3-1, if not for the very, very nice Dmitry Kuznetsov goal. This would be a tie game. Kuznetsov will funnel this around, and we're down to the last minute of the second period. Puck sneaks through. Left it behind, turns it over. Corrigan will lob this overhead. By the way, worth noting, Brian Verbeek was taken over as the head coach of the Delaware Thunder, coaching his first game, and his boys have responded extremely, extremely well. Best period of play so far here in the second period. Ruiz and Marchessault combined to get control of this puck. Ruiz looks for somewhere to go with it. Dips around, shot by Lugo over everything. Oh, a beautiful setup. And it just sailed a little bit high. "10 seconds of penalty time remain to be played. 22.8 seconds of time overall here in the second period. Lugo, Ruiz, and Marchessault. Marchessault will give chase. Marchessault's stick comes flying out of his hands. 2-on-2 the other way. The Hat-Tricks will end up being 1 for 3 on the power play as Ruiz picks this off. Ruiz poked off of his stick. Gonzalez glides on, dropped for Ruiz. Look for the pass ahead. Malushkin will walk this. Final couple of seconds. Malushkin shot blocked by Zach Pamaleon, and that is that. After 2 periods, the Delaware Thunder give a convincing fight, offer some real pushback, just can't finish that off. And so, more Christmas carols playing. We'll take a breather, hop back a little bit from the Danbury Ice Arena. Brief pause, back in a minute. Here on the Danbury Hat-Tricks YouTube channel, 4-3 at the second intermission.
Right off the jump, we've got ourselves a line ball. Robert Hyde drops the puck. We're going to have a fight at center. Avec with a couple of big rights. He scores!
Josh Wilson in the tri-state area. I tell you, man, the Jets, I can't believe they wasted that. But all right, here we go. $200 is your prize tag. If you can land your puck in that air fryer, you take it home tonight. All right, 3, 2, 1, chuck your pucks. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got. We got an empty bucket, man. That's not good. All right. Free wings, though. Free wings. Free wings for everybody. You know it. All right. That's TK's Back Cafe. And Chuck Up was sponsored by Todd Maserati, Alfa Romeo, and Danbury. They have been putting this community behind the wheel of beautiful automobiles for the past 35 years. It's Todd Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Danbury.
That's odd.
Back outside, boys, toting the 70 on the strip, I'm ready to die. Cutting the traction, bet in the corner, bet I make shit glide. Try to bring the John, told me he ain't know how we cha-cha slide. I'll never lose sleep over no bitch, way too much pride. Fill it up in a briefcase, split the shit with the vibes. Breaking them Brinks truck, my right wrist, Van Cleef. I spend days in the east, tryna figure if I'm geek. This bitch tweaking, talk too much while I was geek. Blew my peak, fucking rap, niggas hoes, I'm on the street. This shit sweet. I went $500,000 on rose, did 4 million on my ice. Couple million on my cars, I went Tyson, I'm too nice. Niggas shot me on the street, wanted to talk, so he asked my price. The number was high as me, I ain't gon' lie.
It is second intermission time here at the Danbury Ice Arena for what has been a pretty entertaining matchup, all things considered, between the Hat-Tricks and the Delaware Thunder. A quick recap on the scoring for how this game has worked itself out. Danbury scored 3 goals in the first period in order. A shorthanded goal by Dustin Gesso, a power play goal by Johnny Ruiz, and an even strength goal by Michael Falanga. Delaware scored 1 minute and 9 seconds in to open up the second period. Dennis Gafarov got his team on the board. Chris Corrigan got a goal at 2:25, so 2 goals for Delaware in the first 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Dmitry Kuznetsov answers and gives the Hat-Tricks a little bit more of a cushion as the second period went on, and Delaware struck late with a power play goal by Danila Milushkin to make the score 4-3 at the second intermission for what has been, probably to undersell this a little bit, a pretty contested and a pretty even matchup as far as all things could possibly have worked itself out to. This has been about as even as you could have expected between these two teams, considering that the way these teams have been going so far. Danbury's most recent game, a loss in overtime against the Watertown Wolves on the road. They bounced back with a great first period. A really good answer for Delaware in the second period. They pushed back really well. They got a bunch of looks. They got a power play goal to go their way. Both teams with 1 power play goal. Danbury with a shorthanded goal as well. Dustin Gesso doing the honors on that one. No multiple scorers. Let's just run down for Danbury anyway, let's quickly run down the individual scores. Dustin Gesso, Johnny Ruiz, Michael Falanga, and Dmitry Kuznetsov all have the individual goals. Dustin Gesso does also have 1 assist, so we have 1 guy who has multiple points on tonight's proceedings, and it is, in fact, Dustin Gesso. He has been remarkable against these Delaware Thunder. Every single time that he has taken to the ice, Gesso has scored multiple points, multiple goals every single time. He's gotten multiple points so far tonight. What's been, probably to understate this case, the team he has eaten alive the most frequently. But he is the only person on the Hat-Tricks currently with multiple points. Michael Falanga with a single goal, Tristan Mock, Zach Pamaleon, Kyle Gonzalez, and Jared Yao, all with single assists on tonight's game. And of course, Johnny Ruiz with a solo goal of his own for what has been a full and completely good spread around for getting the offense involved and getting the different players involved. Let's take a quick look at some of the other scores from around the FPHL. There is, of course, 1 game that is postponed, the Watertown-Binghamton game. That game in Binghamton, and it has been postponed, so the Valley of Opportunity will have to see those teams meet up a little bit later on in the season, and then they'll have to do that matchup all over again. So, again, this matchup 4-3. Columbus leads Port Huron 5-2. That game, I believe the third period is just about set to get underway. Or actually, no, third period is wrapping up over there. So Columbus trying to sew up their game with Port Huron. And again, this game got pushed back a little bit, got delayed by 30 minutes or so as a result of Delaware running into some traffic and, you know, the usual spots that you would expect when Delaware comes up from Harrington up to here. So a bit of a difficult timing for everyone to get used to. Smaller crowd. The rain has been really bad here. There hasn't been as much snow here in this part of western Connecticut. It's been more so the rain and the wind that has been a real problem in this part of Connecticut, upstate New York. It has been snow and snow and snow and snow. Again, Columbus and Port Huron 5-2 in that matchup. The only other game going on, Carolina and Mississippi, and it is lopsided. Mississippi 1, Carolina 9, as the Thunderbirds looking to climb their way up the standings. In fact, the Thunderbirds will be the next team that the Hat-Tricks face other than the Thunder. So it's the Thunder going right into the Thunderbirds. Yes, I do find that amusing and rather humorous. We're going to take another brief pause. Hopefully be joined by Billy McCreary at the next opportunity. Brief pause, back in a little bit from the Danbury Ice Arena.
Right off the jump, we've got ourselves a line brawl as Robert Hyde drops the glove. We're going to have a fight at center. Avec with a couple of big rights. He scores!
The third and final period getting started in just a moment from the Danbury Ice Arena for what has been a competitive and really genuinely enjoyable and fun game between the Hat-Tricks and the Delaware Thunder. Welcome aboard on the Danbury Hat-Tricks YouTube channel. I'm Chris Lynch. Danbury looking to maximize their offensive chances and looking to close out what has been an entertaining matchup. 4-3 the score. Delaware in their whites with the Viking-looking logo at center of their jersey. Danbury in the home blacks, the rabbit logo at center. Parker Butler in net, held his own between the pipes for the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Ruiz, Marchesson, Gonzalez, and Amesbury will take to the ice. Susie on Amesbury's hip. 4-3 the score. Danbury going from left to right across your internet waves. Delaware going the opposite direction. The puck is dropped. We're underway from the Danbury Ice Arena. And away from the play, Johnny Ruiz took a tumble, went careening directly into the net. We burn off all of the first 8 seconds of the third period. So we're gonna get they're gonna say neutral zone face-off. Seems odd to me, but that is what the officials say, and they get ruling on this. Ruiz across the red line. Gonzalez will retrieve it. Amesbury threw a hit against Chris Corrigan. Amesbury kick pass to Marchesson. Rung deep. Martin will settle this down behind the net. Look for somewhere to pass it to. Goes up to near Susie. Kept in at the point. Looking for the tip by Ruiz. Couldn't quite get it. It went overhead. Marchesson throws a check to jar the puck free, didn't know where it was, sneaks through Yao, and this is an icing, and a pretty straightforward one at that. They've just announced in the building that the Great Eight, Alexander Ovechkin, has supplanted Gordie Howe as the second all-time leading goal scorer in the history of the National Hockey League. Gesso winds up, shoots it, shot blocked down, so a big moment in the sport of hockey at large, in the largest professional league in the world, the most famed and the highest level of the sport, that the all-time goal-scoring list, which seemed destined to hold as such, with Gretzky at number 1 and Howe at number 2, that has changed. The Great Eight now begins his assault on Mount Gretzky, the all-time leading goal scorer in the history of the National Hockey League. Sheehan winds up and shoots it. It's a relatively easy save by Martin. Lugo will go out to take the draw. Lugo, Richards, and Mock. Tristan Mock playing in his first game in almost a month since the day after Thanksgiving, the Elmira matchup. Houston Wilson being tossed Danila Milushkin will step in. No, it ultimately ends up being an opposite winger. Shot on save made. It's a good glove hand grab by Trevor Martin. Delaware rotated through a couple of different players to take that draw. A very nice point shot. 1:27 the time to go. Draw one. Flip low. Sneaks away from Tristan Mock to the opposite side. Connor Lind puts it in his glove and sends it low to the boards. Puck thrown on net. Lugo tries to force the turnover. Sneaks over Dowler's mitt and stick, and the Thunder can't do much with it. Wound up and funneled on deep by Basie. Dowler gets to it, up to Richards. Takes the hit. Mock tries to run on through. He'll pivot and head back to the bench. Mavali. Ole's one man. Got far off. His advance interrupted. Offsides is the ruling against the Thunder. Ruiz and Corgan are going to take the draw. Falinga slow to hop off to the bench. That's why we had the pause. Falinga being helped off. Hope he's okay. Gonzalez across to Ruiz. Walks on Marchesson Ruiz. Ruiz backhand shot on, bounces into the crease on the rebound and cleared aside. Marchesson can't keep this in the attacking end. O'Reilly lugs this forward. Brings it deep. Yao nearly there for it. Puck bounces away. Marchesson and Ruiz will carry this out. Ruiz lobbed on net, blocked aside. Puck bounces to the circle. Amesbury trying to jar this free. Won't be able to get this off of Rasmus Asp's stick. Asp takes a hit. Gonzalez comes up with the puck. Lobs it into neutral ice. Kuznetsov unable to go and get it. Stretch pass ahead. Pamaleon retreating right off the bench. Got to it. Brings it around for Yao. Sheehan will turn and go. Sheehan sprints around the would-have-been check. Huge hit. I don't even think he really meant to do that. Was trying to go for the puck. Amesbury looking to drop the mitts. And here we go again. Amesbury going with Alex Basie for a second time. Spins off, and the officials are going to break this up. I have to give a big shout out to our cameraman. Amesbury and Basie trying to go at each other some more, and the officials have to go. They're making sure that Basie almost went to go. Basie tosses it away. The officials are doing some extra work to keep this fight from continuing any further. Amesbury keeps jawing, puts the number 4 up on his hands. Basie being held off by the officials and sent to the showers. Amesbury goes off as well. I don't envy the officials in the slightest for having to do much with that. .325 of the third period has been played and burned off so far. Fights have been the defining, or that fight been the defining play of the period so far. I really seriously have to give a tremendous amount of credit and applause to our camera work, able to get down low, really get in tight on that. Basie and Amesbury jostling. They had to be separated by the officials. Basie tried to go at him again at a certain point. And so how is this penalty-wise going to work itself out? I don't envy the officials in the slightest. For all that they have to do to try and sort out right here. Brendan Sheehan is now sitting in the penalty box for a 2-minute minor. We beg your forgiveness for the technical mishap for just a moment. We're back up and running and good to go here. The officials still sorting out what exactly the results of all of these penalties are going to be, and also making sure to clear away the blood that got onto the ice after the fight. So the first part of it, Alex Basie assessed a 5-minute fighting major and a game misconduct. Brendan Sheehan assessed a boarding penalty. So that's the 2-minute minor that is up on the scoreboard right now. And presumably Amesbury, Amesbury got a fighting and a game misconduct. So Amesbury and Basie will both head off. A real big amount of thanks and a lot of credit goes to our ice team, who's been doing tremendously hard work of making sure that everything that needs to get done as far as the ice maintenance gets done. Jim Brundage, the Zamboni driver, the director of the on-ice facilities here at the Danbury Ice Arena, has done a wonderful, wonderful job in making sure that everything keeps being maintained. Some of the players helping out with their sticks to make sure that all the snow gets onto the shovels and the ice slides and picks. Trevor Martin helping out a little bit. So when eventually we resume play, the Delaware Thunder will be on a 2-minute power play, and we've got one other hat trick who is heading out to the locker room. Michael Falanga, who scored a goal earlier on in this game, heads off to the locker room, so we hope the best for him. Worth noting, the hat tricks are now short 2 forwards, with Amesbury and Falanga both not available anymore. And the Delaware Thunder go to the power play. They've already got 1 power play goal so far tonight. They're looking for a second to even this game up. Hat-tricks with a shorthanded goal of their own on the first power play that Delaware had earlier on in the matchup. Again, it's a 5-minute fighting and a game misconduct for both Basie and Amesbury. All of those penalties at 4:25 of the third period. The officials are going to have a good long while after this game to write everything up in the game sheet. Corgan, look for somewhere to go with this one. Up top, Corgan will receive it back at the left dot. Shot blocked away. Asp will put this up to Gafarov. Keeps it on the blue line. Walked on. Shot blocked by Ruiz. Gafarov will walk it to the circle. Pivots and turns across backwards to Gafarov. Top of the left circle. Walks this in. Pirouettes. Thrown across. Asp winds up shot blocked. Settled down by Yao. Good keep by Asp. To the left circle. Winds up, shoots it. Butler with the save. Rebound, a couple of chances, and they're all stopped. First minute and 2 seconds. Yao sends his man down. Susie and Yao jostling. Yao is going to be sent off. Yao and Susie continue to jaw at each other. The officials guiding Jared Yao away. So for the next 58 seconds, this is going to be a 5-on-3 power play opportunity. Yao continues talking. And what's the ruling on this going to be? Yao is heading off to the bench instead. Is there going to be no penalty, or what's the ruling on this? It looks like there is going to be no penalty. The hat-tricks stay out as with 4 skaters, so okay, no penalty on this. Gesso wins the draw across for Luke Richards. Hurls this to the opposite end of the rink. Martin gets a stick on it. Looks for somewhere to pass it to. Nearly a bad handle. Martin, Gesso right on top of him, trying to force it free. Continues to harass the Thunder in their own end of the rink. Gesso with 2 points on the games tonight. Looks for somewhere to go with this one. Up the left side, Malushkin tries to funnel this backwards. Shots 22-17 in favor of the hat-tricks. Gonzalez tried to flip this out. Gonzalez takes a whack at this. In front, bounces to Colgan. Gathered up by Asp. Gafarov tried to funnel it across. Gesso will lob this through Asp and on goal, so the power play comes to a conclusion. 4-3 remains the score. Sheehan tried to get the takeaway. Kept on. Dowler knocks this up. Himalayan goes to get this puck. Thunder on sides. Up to the circle. Malushkin. That trick went down. Puck will flutter its way across. Dowler sneaks under him. Lind pivots, throws it off the apron of the goal. Andrew Weber giving chase. The puck comes up and catches Weber. Ruiz is going to take this ahead. Pamelayon across the blue line, drops for Sheehan. Sheehan in front, shot, scores! Johnny Ruiz, another one. And the hat-tricks take a 5-3 lead. Great pass across the middle. Pamelayon dropped to Sheehan. Sheehan threw it in front, and Ruiz punches that puck home. Ruiz's second goal of the game. Sheehan's second point. He's up to 20 points. He's the third hat trick to get up to 20 points. And so, 13:47 to go here in the third. It's a 5-3 hat tricks lead. Yao is going to walk this in. Jared Yao keeps it on his backhand, tumbles down. Yao tries to work it in front. poked off his stick by Martin. A couple of players go down. Yao and Martin both down. Martin wincing in some pain, grabbing at his shoulder, gets to his feet, and a hit thrown at the opposite end of the rink as well. We're going to take a breather, hop back in a second. Brief pause, back in a moment from the Danbury Ice Arena. (13:19) the time remaining. Physical and entertaining game. Moving is stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Call Clancy and let them do the heavy lifting, residential and commercial, plus other services including storage. Remember, Clancy is fancy. 13:19 the time remaining. The Hat-Tricks getting a goal out of Johnny Ruiz to balloon their lead a little bit more. Malushkin will step in and take the draw against Brendan Sheehan. Clean win originally for Sheehan. Corgan forces a tie-up afterwards. Sheehan tries to muscle his way forward. Dustin Gesso nearly on top of it. Dowler retreats backwards, uses the net as a shield, spins off. Puck forced off of him. Kuznetsov can't get it beyond the circle. Dowler will send this up top. Shot saved by Parker Butler. Puck thrown on towards the net. This game has gotten more and more physical. Here comes Sheehan. Kuznetsov on his hip. Gesso the trailer. Two-man passing game between Gesso and Kuznetsov. Gonzalez will settle this down in Danbury Ice after Delaware cleared it away. Regaining at the blue line is Gesso. Down low for Kuznetsov. Spins off. Gesso giving chase. Throws his man into the boards. Sits against the end. Kuznetsov funnels it around. Ruiz. 2 goals on this game. Ruiz walks in. Take the puck for a walk. To the left circle. Kuznetsov back down low. Ruiz tried to put it out in front. Kuznetsov not quite there for it. Puck bounces to the slot, and Malushkin will carry this out. Gafarov with him. Funneled on net. Shot saved by Butler. Gonzalez will put it to the left. Ruiz to the slot. Puck bounces. Tipped by Malushkin over the crossbar and off to the far right side. Marchesson runs into his own teammate. Suzy back in his own end. Suzy. 11:30 the time remaining. Funneled through, picked off by Marchesson. Can't do anything with it. Check thrown from behind. Lugo can't do anything with it. Checked a couple of times and lobbed in. Connor Lind will get on top of this with 11:10 left. Marchesson and Lugo. Lugo will carry this out. Lugo shields the puck very well from a man much bigger than him. Throws on the afterburner, shoots it, and a nice save made by Martin. 10:57 the time to go. 5-3 the score. To reiterate the scoring, Dustin Gesso, Johnny Ruiz, Michael Falanga, Dmitry Kuznetsov, and Johnny Ruiz in that order are the 5 goal scorers. Ruiz with 2 on this game tonight. Brendan Sheehan with 2 assists as well, and we've got a puck that finds its way out of bounds. Nope, it's a tripping penalty. Tristan Mock is going to sit for 2 minutes. And so, 10:55 up on the board. The Danbury Hat-Tricks looking to kill off another power play. Delaware's gone 1 for 4, pardon me, with the most recent successful kill. The puck is down. Delaware controls this one up to the line for Asp. Asp looking for somewhere to go with this one. The goal line shot, got the heel of it, did Chris Corrigan. Cleared out to neutral space, and it'll find its way all the way down onto the opposite end of the rink. 20 seconds burned off of the power play time for the Delaware Thunder. Gesso trying to break this up. Asp with the pass up the right side. Gafarov gains the line, walked on, offsides. So 10:23 the time to go here in the third period. 1:28 the time to go on the power play. Shots on goal for the game, 25-18 in favor of the home team Hat-Tricks. Hat-Tricks down 2 forwards. They've officially listed it as a tripping penalty against Tristan Mock. Corrigan runs out of room. Richards with the check as help from behind Malushkin. Checked by Johnny Ruiz. Gains the attacking line. Malushkin throwing a cross shot. Puts it over top. Corrigan had a great look. Corrigan will backhand this one around to the point. Gafarov with the kick and the walk. Asp will send this down to the right side. Corrigan looking for somewhere to go with this. Corrigan. Left circle down to below the goal line extended. Up top, Gafarov sends it a little bit wide to the right. Asp sprints over to keep this on the attacking end. 40 seconds left to be played. Shot, score. Nifty, nifty 1-goal game. Denis Gafarov with the power play goal. The Thunder power play with their second tally of the evening. Put it in top shelf, and the Hat-Tricks with 9:32 left to go in regulation time. Parker Butler will stick this and send this over to Jared Yao. Gonzalez will backhand this one around. Yao looking for the stretch pass ahead. This is tipped at the line by Oganezhov. Gonzalez, no room for it. Knocked down. Gonzalez. Yao looking. Gonzalez across the line. Sheehan tipped this one. We've got 9 minutes on the dot left to be played in regulation time. Each team with a goal here in the third period. Kuznetsov will work this one towards the net. Sheehan, it kicks off of his skate. Banged up the boards. Lind with the keep. Puck flutters. Well, to the left side. 8:39 to play as the whistle sounds. We've got the well, it's another hat-trick penalty. Dmitry Kuznetsov is going to sit for a tripping minor. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes more of penalty time to go. Ruiz is going to step in and take the face-off against Corrigan. 5-4 the score. Delaware has 2 extra attacker goals. Shot wings its way wide. Gafarov looking for some room. Shot sneaks underneath him. Ruiz trying to carry out. Ruiz goes down, and the bouncing puck results in a power play or penalty opportunity for Milushkin, is going to sit down for a 2-minute trip. So both teams going to have guys in the box. We'll be skating 4-on-4 for the next minute and 46 seconds, barring other penalty opportunities. Eight minutes, 25 seconds to go. Puck is down. Asp is going to look to carry up and spin off. The first period was a dominant performance for the Hat-Tricks. The second and third have been very even. Gesso walks on, has to retreat. Gesso will leave it for Jared Yao. Looks much more like overtime, regular season overtime skating than regular hockey skating. Sheehan tries to kick it to the circle, lost his stick. Gesso will put this one up to the point. Gonzalez takes it for a walk. Back low for Gesso against the boards. Looks to swap spots. Leaves it for Gonzalez. To the top of the line for Yao. Yao will walk it. Gesso. Left side, Yao. 55 seconds left on the 4-on-4 session. Gonzalez puts it on towards the net and scores! 6-4 Hat-Tricks. Brendan Sheehan scores at 4-on-4. Had the tip on the shot from the point. A good shot, a good tip. Luke Richards hyped. Everybody ready to go on this one. And by the way, we've still got 49 seconds of 4-on-4 time, so technically that does count as an even strength goal. It's an unusual even strength, but that is how that gets ruled. Hat-Tricks have scored minimum of 5 goals every single time that these teams have met this season. They score 6 here tonight. Mock with the poke free for a moment. Susie gets back on top of this. Retreating backwards, Oganezhov. The scoring on that goal, Kyle Gonzalez getting the assist. Brendan Sheehan with the goal. It's a wicked shot that Gonzalez put on net. Sheehan with his 3rd point. Yeah, winds up and blasts it. Shot funnels its way up to the left side. Gonzalez can't do much with this. Lind, nothing there. And the brief Hat-Tricks power play that followed has come and gone. So we're back finally to 5-on-5, even strength skating. Milushkin tries to dip around Gonzalez. Puck springs free. Ruiz fishes the puck off the Marine sign. Yao looks for the pass ahead to Michael Marchesson. Sneaks underneath him. Rung deep. .550 remaining to be played. Hat-Tricks woke back up after a relatively low second period. Dowler up ahead, Richards. Sent aside, this puck finds its way out of bounds. Sheehan goes out to take the draw. Sheehan gonna take this puck for a walk, backhands it low. Sheehan overruns it. Delaware comes away with possession. Up to Susie. Sheehan with the keep in at the point, funnels it deep. O'Reilly tries to bring it around to the opposite side, blows a tire. Amantadaitis completely blows it. Kuznetsov winds up, fans on it. Back come the Thunder. O'Reilly the opposite way across the line. O'Reilly shoved off the puck. Dowler tries to break this up. O'Reilly whacked at it. Onto the apron of the goal. Connor Lind will look it forward. Sheehan rather. will walk it drop for Netsov, winds up shot. Puck springs its way free. Gonzalez will just have to reset and wait in neutral space. Robertson up ahead. Sheehan nearly broke free. Sheehan handles his way. Sheehan puts it up and over the crossbar. Brilliant setup, and back come the Thunder. Gafarov walks in, winds up looking for the redirect low from Malushkin, not there. Gonzalez looked for the exit pass, wanted it for Sheehan, got it onto Asp's stick instead. Martin, the stretch pass up to Gafarov. Gathers up, walks in, does Houston Wilson. Gonzalez, his numerical counterpart, flips it back to the Westcon logo at the opposite end in neutral territory. Pamaleon tries and blocks this down. Lind funnel this around. Gonzalez will receive it, just leaves it behind him. Needs some help. Taken away by Houston Wilson to the slot shot, save made by Parker Butler. Gafarov on top of this, to the circle, winds up, shoots it over everything. Under 4 minutes to play. The next pause will result in the final media timeout of the evening. Gonzalez up to Pamaleon, trying to sneak this out. Self-pass off the boards. Lugo walks it, tries the wraparound. Lugo wanted to funnel it in front. Shot blocked aside. Good save. Dowler calling for it. Wanted it for Tristan Mock. Nothing doing. Pamaleon will take this puck for a walk. Keeps it on the blue line. Nope. Came out, says the officials. So we're offsides. Hat tricks have to regroup. Pamaleon. This will be a penalty against Danbury. And now we've got a tie-up. Or a wanted fight, I should say. Pamaleon and Eric Oganezhov being separated. Oganezhov is just going to head off to the bench, and Pamaleon is going to sit. 3 minutes, 1 second to go. Our final media timeout. We're going to take a breather, hop back in a second. From the Danbury Ice Arena. Brief pause. Back in just a moment. It's the spirit of hard work. The Batchers of Litchfield Distillery, in honor of the early farmers of Northwest Connecticut, present to you locally made Litchfield Distillery bourbon, vodka, and gin. Grab it at the rabbit hole and hoist the barrel with the Danbury Hat Tricks. 3 minutes and 1 second remain to be played. The Delaware Thunder are going to the power play for the next 2 minutes. Across to Gafarov. They'll put this one to the blue line. Looks to work this down low. To the goal line extended. Looking for it up top. Ruiz trying to deflect it. Puck rolls, and Asp can't keep it on the blue line. It's a kneeing penalty against Zach Pamaleon. Richards throws a check. Malushkin tries a shot that goes aside. Puck skitters over the net, cleared out by Richards. Ruiz sprinting down to the opposite end of the rink. Scoring has picked up for the hat tricks as the game has gotten a little bit deeper. I wouldn't be surprised to see Trevor Martin head to the bench for the extra attacker with 2 minutes left, and Delaware needing 2 goals. Gafarov across, scores! Oh, there's still plenty to be said about this game. It's a 1-goal game with 2:03 left to be played. Danila Malushkin pumps that one in. And the Delaware power play has scored 3 of their 5 goals tonight. Malushkin's second goal of the evening. And the hat tricks have had plenty of fight on their hands from their guests. 2 minutes left to go. Once Delaware gets possession, if Danbury doesn't play keep away for the next 2 minutes straight, now minute and 45 seconds straight. And you better believe that Trevor Martin is going to head off to the bench, out in front, looking for the tip upstairs. And the tip for Dmitry Kuznetsov doesn't quite work out. And Martin controls the rebound. 1:43 left. The scoring on that goal works out as follows. Malushkin with the goal, Gafarov with the primary assist, and Alex Suzy with the secondary assist. A lot of offense this evening on 47 shots between the two teams, 11 goals. Lugo, Malushkin sprinting ahead, puck sneaks under his stick. Pamaleon will get control of this. 1:35 left to go. Lugo tries to pass ahead. Tristan Mock runs on. Mock shot, save made by Martin. 1:20 left. Up to Gonzalez. Yao winds up shot. Tipped. It sneaks a little bit wide. Holy cow. Lugo scores! 1:11 left. Evan Lugo with the insurance goal. 7-5. The Sandy Hook native trying to put this game away. Ruiz with the clean face-off win. Coming up on the last minute of the night's proceedings. Last minute of the frame is upon us, and we'll have an icing called. 56 seconds left to go. Off the icing, the Thunder. This is going to be a timeout whistled by Delaware. Yep, timeout taken by Delaware. We're going to keep this right here. So 56.2 seconds left to go. 56.2 seconds left to go. Ruiz will step out to take the draw. Off the tie-up, up to Malushkin. Shot, save made, sent aside. The net is empty at the opposite end of the rink. The Delaware Thunder need 2 goals in the last 45 seconds. Malushkin across. To the left circle. Evan Lugo gets the goal. They're going to muscle this out. This is going to turn into an icing. The whistle will sound with 10 seconds left. The Danbury hat tricks. Just 10 seconds away from improving to 17-1-2. A spectacular performance. 10.3 seconds left to go. Timeout now whistled for. Last one was ruled as an icing, and then a timeout by Danbury. A quick look ahead for the schedules ahead for both of these teams. Delaware, this game is going to drop to their 15th straight loss. The day after Christmas, they're going to Watertown to play at 7:30. They then come back here for the 27th. 7 p.m. here on the 27th. If you want to get your tickets and enjoy a night at the Danbury Ice Arena, you can come out here and enjoy it with us. DanburyHattricks.com/tickets is your place to go for all of your access into the Danbury Ice Arena. Shot blocked aside, cleared to the other end. Ruiz took a hard check. 4.2 seconds left. Wilson and Yao. Yao drops his mitts. Wilson looking to go as well. Another brawl takes place. Yao and Wilson jostling, taken down, and still tied up with each other. Johnny Ruiz got hit as well. He's still down. He got hit before the fight broke out. The officials trying to separate the two. Yao is going to head off to the locker room. Alex Suzy, the captain, will be helped off to the bench. Ruiz needing to be helped as well. Ruiz limping. He'll be helped off and will immediately head out. .2 seconds left. Sheehan with 3 points, Ruiz with 2 goals. Pamaleon Mock with 2 assists each. Dustin Gesso with a goal and an assist. The score 7-5. The Hat Tricks looking to secure what will be a 17th win of the season. A nice Christmas present for their fans and a chance to sew up a pretty complete performance here at the Danbury Ice Arena. It's been a pretty full penalty box here. So 4.2 left. Sheehan on to take the face-off. Delaware will win it. Shot blocked away by Sheehan. He'll carry this out to neutral ice, and that is that. The Danbury Hat Tricks, with a very physical matchup against the Delaware Thunder, emerge victorious 7-5 is the final.
The final score for tonight's game, 5 for Delaware, 7 for Danbury.
A wonderfully fun and thrilling matchup between the Hat Tricks and the Thunder here tonight. You get to lift the Litchfield Distillery's barrel. Who will get to do the honors? The Hat Tricks are gathered around the center ice logo.
Fans, the breaker attention to center ice for the raising of the Litchfield Distillery victory barrel.
Parker Butler, his first home game in net for the Hat Tricks. He gets to lift it, and he spins it. And so, 3 stars of the game for tonight's matchup as everybody is going to head off. Two assists each for Zach Pamaleon and Tristan Mock. 2 assists for Kyle Gonzalez. And as the person who selected the 3 stars, none of those guys made it. It was a heavy night on the stat sheet for the Danbury Hat Tricks. A 7-5 final. One last scoring change on the final Delaware goal. Chris Corrigan with the goal. Dennis Gafarov with the assist. And Alex Suzy with the assist. So that is how that ends up working itself out. Seven, 5 the score.
And now, the 3 stars of tonight's game.
Here are your 3 stars for tonight's matchup.
From the Hat Tricks, number 22, Dustin Gesso.
Dustin Gesso gets the award as the number 3 star for tonight's proceedings.
Tonight's 2nd star, from the Hat Tricks, number 27,
Brendan Sheehan gets the 2nd star, a goal and 2 assists. And the number 1 star with 2 goals, Johnny Ruiz, the captain of the Hat Tricks, left with a hard check.
Fans catch the Hat Tricks back in action.
So Danbury will be off until the 27th when the Delaware Thunder come back up here to the Danbury Ice Arena. And up until then, we would like to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and Merry Christmas. We hope you get to enjoy it with your friends, family, loved ones. However you celebrate, however you enjoy a wonderful holiday, we hope that you get the great privilege of enjoying it. So for everybody with the Danbury Hat Tricks, I'm Chris Lynch. We hope you have enjoyed your time with us this evening. Be warm, be well, and a very happy